Hey guys, my name is Haley, and today I will be filming my June wrap-up, or really just the rest of June wrap-up since I did 2 readathons this month. But yeah, let's get started. So, this month consisted of literally readathon central for me. I think there was maybe a week that I wasn't doing a readathon, like 1 week total, at the beginning and the end of the month. So, I read a lot, but I read a lot really fast, and they were like big books, so it was a little bit hectic. I also became obsessed with Hamilton this month, which was not good for Readathon Central month. The first thing that I read this month was actually Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, and I read this in preparation for Tome Topple because I wanted to read the second and third books in this trilogy for the readathon. So I read this in probably 2 or 3 days, I don't know. And it was fantastic. I loved it so much. This has become one of my favorite trilogies actually because Laini Taylor's writing is just so beautiful and these covers are so beautiful. And then the Tome Topple Readathon started, which lasted 2 weeks, so everything I read during that I already wrapped up in my previous video for the Tome Topple Readathon, if you would like to go check that out down below. I read the rest of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I read Queen of the Tierling. I read Death Note Volume 3 of the Black Editions. I read a Spider-Man graphic novel, and then I read A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. If you would like to hear any of my thoughts on those, you can either go check out my Tome Topple wrap-up video, or you can go and take a look at my Goodreads because I did put reviews up for all of those. And then during the Tome Topple readathon, I just didn't put it in the actual wrap-up for that because it didn't fit any of the challenges or things for the readathon. But I picked up this beautiful thing from the library when I got A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury. This is huge too. It was another reason I didn't bring it with me to wrap up. But I would say for those of you who don't know, but I don't think anybody knows because I've never talked about it on this channel before, but Rent is my favorite musical of all time. It has been since I was 11 years old when I first saw the movie adaptation of it, and then became obsessed with all things theater very quickly. But I saw this at the library. I didn't know this existed, and I felt like a horrible fan of my favorite musical. But it's basically a road to how Rent came to be, and the story of Jonathan Larson, who wrote the show. And it has these beautiful end pages. It's got the libretto in it as well, with all the lyrics. It's got some Anthony Rapp and Adam Pascal. I'm actually probably going to be doing a video about my favorite musicals and such sometime soon because Hamilton has reignited my obsession with musicals again. So that'll probably be coming up. But I read this during Tome Topple, so I figured I would put it in this wrap-up since I didn't put it in that one. And then hashtag TBR Takedown 4.0 happened, which is hosted by Shannon from Leaning Lights. For that, I just put up a review video for those. If you would like to go check that out down below as well, I will link it down there. I read The Hamiltone, Lois Lane Double Down, Amulet Volume 1, Divine Sight, Seriously I'm Kidding by Ellen DeGeneres, and Six of Crows. If you would like to hear my thoughts on those, again, I'll leave the video and my Goodreads down below. By this point, I barely made it through TBR Takedown because I was a little bit burnt out from Tome Topple, and I did end up reading everything. Well, I switched some of the stuff that was on my TBR, but I did end up completing all of the challenges for the week. And then I decided to finish 2 of the books that I had started at the beginning of the month and that just got pushed to the side because of those readathons. And those were my Christian books for the month. There's Rediscover Jesus and Live Original by Sadie Robertson, who, if you don't know, is one of the people from the show, what's it called? I don't know, I don't watch it. The Duck Commander? Duck Dynasty, that's it. I've never watched the show. I don't really know a whole lot about them, but I do, from what I do know about Sadie Robertson, I think she's a very inspirational young girl, so I did pick up her book at a thrift store at some point during the month, so I'm actually currently reading it, but I'll be done with it today, so I figured I'd put it in this wrap-up. I gave this 5 stars. This was really good for any Christian that just needs like a rekindling of a love for Jesus, because it's very convicting. I left a little bit of a Goodreads review for this, I think, so you can go check that out. But I would definitely recommend this book. And I'm really enjoying this so far. She makes some really good points and stuff. It has little pictures of her and her family too. It's really cute. So yeah, that will be the last book I read this month as soon as I finish it today. And to be completely honest, I might just take a little bit of a week or so break from reading. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Feeling a little bit slumpy. So unless I pick up something really interesting, or I think I'm going to continue to read a little bit of I started the Alexander Hamilton biography that the musical was based off of. So I'm excited to get more into that, but that's like an 800, 900 page book, and it's a huge floppy paperback. I don't even have it with me because it's really hard to carry around because it's enormous. But yeah, that's everything that I read this month. If you would like to see any of my other wrap-ups from this month, you can go check those out in the doobly-doo down below, and I will see you next time.